Hi there. My name is Jordan Summer, and I'm finally deciding to go live after much anticipation. One, because I finally have a new phone that has a better microphone, and two, I've been wanting to do this for a while. My upcoming project is sharing all of my writings dating back to 1999 to today, which is 25 years of material. So it's going to take a while, but I figure I'm going to try to go live at least once a week to read through some old writings. And today, being the first time I'm doing it, we're going back to 1999 when I was in kindergarten. And today, we're pretty much going to be reading from kindergarten up until about middle school when I started taking writing seriously. But as a kid, my imagination was pretty wild, and I drew all the time. And this first notebook, which I call Jorda because that N is a little sketchy, this one is from kindergarten when we would have parent teachers, or the PTO, whatever it was called, come in and sit with us, and we would tell the story that they would write down for us, and then we would draw a picture to go with it. And every time I read this, I laugh because it is very much so 5-year-old me. So, and I'll show you the pictures as we go along too, because those are essential. So this is from September 13th, 1999. We are going to the lake, and we are in a truck, and the truck is pulling the boat, and my sister is in it with long hair. The boat is pulling my blue car. That is my busy day. And this is the picture of us going up a hill. The second one is from September 20th, 1999. Today is my birthday, and I'm turning 1. Me and Jenna are jumping off of her bed, and the cake is on her bed, and she has a bunk bed. So that is my sister and I celebrating my first birthday on September, which is not when my birthday is. This one is just short and sweet. The firemen help people, with a lot of orange fire going on. This is the bride saying goodbye. Look at that coachman. Same. This is the wedding I went to see at my church. Let's see. This is a very sunny day, and I'm at my cousin's house. We are jumping on the trampoline. So this one is a two-sided picture. The first one is we're jumping on the trampoline. It's happy, the sun is happy. And then the other side is not happy. All right. This one, okay. I'm watching the play Titanic, and the lights are shining, and this is my favorite part because it's sinking and there is fire on it, and there is more than 100 people on it, and there's 2,000 people on it. So I'm pretty sure this is when I saw Titanic for the first time, and for some reason that movie was important to my childhood. Okay, this next one is interesting. September 30th. My neighbor's house is on fire. The windows are breaking. There's a mom in it. She's downstairs. In 3 seconds, the door will blow up. The mom got out before it blew up. The little boy could not get out because both of the stairs were fired. A fireman came up a ladder, and the ladder went to the attic. The ladder fell down. He saved the little boy. He went down the water spout, and he got to the end, and the fire truck got on fire. The world started on fire. Someone else's house started on fire. The church and the school started on fire. The end. So this is a very graphic picture to go with that story. I really don't know what compelled me to write that at 5 years old. October 7th, 1999. This is my house. I am getting it painted red. I have 2 attics. This is a rainbow, blue, red, green, purple, orange, and yellow. This is a tree, attic. This is my house that I'm getting painted red, which never happened. But that is what's going on. The next one, October 4th, 1999. My grandma and my mommy are going for a picnic. My grandma's mad because put on the pretty dress to go to the contest. Same. That is, oh, that's my mom and my grandma. October 11th, 1999. This is my mommy, and she is walking me when I was a baby. And the son is very happy. That's me as a little gremlin. October 8th, 1999. We are having a play. There seems to be a lot going on in that play with a lady lifting a bus, and there's a rainbow and all that. So that's fun. October 18th, 1999. This is Miss Gwen. She already had a baby and his name is Tommy. That was one of our teachers. That's a graphic image of having a baby. Okay, October 14th, 1999. This is a train on the railroad crossing, and the bus is on the road, but not on the train track. Frankie and I are counting the cars. The sun is going down because the thunderstorm is coming. That is that. October 22nd, 1999. It's Halloween. I am pushing a cake. I am a baker man. So that is me as the baker man. Okay, October 21st, 1999. We are having dinner and Jeremy accidentally his elbow knocked down the flowers and the bottom broke and the water came out and my mom was sweeping. She made blueberries, grapes, some oranges, and some lemons, and some apples, and some bananas. The flowers flew all over the room. My mom was wearing a bow in her hair. The end. There's that. I'm at my house, and it is a very windy day. It is my birthday. The wind is blowing the presents and the map away. And this one's from November 1st, 1999. Here's our house, and that is Heidi, our dog. Oh, and that's the end of this notebook, which has a very beautiful back cover. So that was the first one. Then we go into when I was writing books, and it started off whenever we had projects, but I don't think this one was part of a project. This one is called The Spooky Night. This one is a trip. Okay. The Spooky Night by Jordan Summer. It was Halloween night when Jenny, Jared, Josh, and Jenna were getting ready. It was time to go trick-or-treating in the haunted forest. And I don't know what she's doing, but I think she's getting ready for Halloween. Struggling. Okay. Off they went. Jenny was Sleeping Beauty. Jared was a teddy bear. Josh was a king, and Jenna was a queen. There they all are. There were some weird noises on their way. Then they got to the haunted house. They rang the doorbell. Out came Frankenstein. And there's some sound effects going on, like caw, caw, eek, Eck. Or no, yeah, Eck. Ah! Jenny screamed as she jumped into Jared's arms. Everybody ran home, but the gate closed shut. Ah. So they climbed over it and got home safely. And I'm pretty sure that's the end. Oh, but this one has... Nope. This one could... Ooh! This one could have, you know, an extended edition because it's got extra pages. I'm sure we're all looking for more of Spooky Night. This one I'm particularly proud of. It's called But I'm Thirsty. And yeah, here we go. Once there was... Oh, I wish I could do that. Nope. Once there was a boy named Harold, and he's saying hi. He lived in a small town. It was a sunny summer day. One day, he and his mom had no drinks, just water. To clarify, no juice, just water. One day, he was so thirsty that he drank from the toilet. And this is what's going on there. His mom said, "How many times have I told you not to drink from the toilet?" Poor Harold. 10? Yes. She's had to tell him 10 times. Oh, 10 times not to drink from the toilet. The next day he was so thirsty he drank from the cat's bowl. Same. His mom said, "Ah." The cat's on top of him like, meow. He said, "What? Don't do that again, okay." The next day they got drinks and they never ran out again. The end. So his problems were solved. And then this one has a second story. My dog Heidi. That is, oop, that's Heidi. Heidi eats anything you drop. And I think that's it. Yep, the end. Okay, so then this book is called... This is from, I think, 5th grade when we did a writing workshop over summer break. This one is called Bob and His Unfinished Talents. Our challenge was to write a story around a random magazine clipping. And this was my clipping. And I decided to name him Bob. So this is Bob and His Unfinished Talents. Oh, that's him saying, "I'm Bob." Dedicated to my best buddies, Philip Weldy, Ryan Tyndall, Kyle Kozik, and Josh Brown. Best friends forever. Okay, so this one's a bit more wordy. Hoping to do this, where we can see while I'm reading. Not really. There we go. It was a normal day for Bob, but it was a different day for Tasha. Today was Tasha's friend Elizabeth's engagement party, and as usual, Bob did not care. Bob is unusual. He always watches TV and cares about nothing but his hair and TV. Tasha, on the other hand, is energetic and nice. She is also a lawyer. Bob, get ready, we have to go, said Tasha. Huh? Bob muttered. Get ready to go, Tasha yelled. So they were on their way to Elizabeth's engagement party. That is Bob just staring at the TV, and that is Tasha. She is a queen. Look at her. Oh. And then there's this guy. During the engagement party, there was an evil man who was planning a scheme. He knows everyone in the city because he looks in the computer and finds every family. He knows that Bob doesn't care about Tasha very much, so he figured if he captured Tasha, Bob wouldn't save her and that he would win. There's that. Okay. At the engagement party, Tasha was talking to her friends and the lights went out. Augh! Tasha screamed. The lights came on again and Tasha was still screaming. Bob, help! Augh! The villain had captured Tasha, but just his arm, and she is getting stolen from the party. The villain took Tasha to somewhere she didn't know. I've captured you for 2 reasons. 1, so I can marry you. 2, because Bob won't save you. Ha, ha, ha. If you don't marry me, I will simply push you off the building, said the villain in a scary voice. I'm already married, said Tasha. Fine, yelled the villain, and he pushed her off the building. Ha, ha, ha. So that is Tasha falling fabulously into the water. Not so fast, someone said in a strange voice. It was Peter the superhero. Peter pushed the villain off the building and jumped to save Tasha. He picked her up. Thank you so very much, said Tasha. Say, are you married? Why, are you? Not really. They fell in love and got engaged. This is Peter the superhero saving Tasha from the water. She lost a shoe and her purse. Tasha ran into the party, grabbed a microphone, and said, Listen, everyone, I'm getting married too, and you're all invited. But you're already married to me, said Bob. Not anymore, yelled Tasha. And that is how Tasha became a fierce queen who will not be married to Bob anymore. The wedding went on, and Tasha was so happy. On the other hand, Bob was sad, but he got over it and married the TV. The end. This is Tasha and Peter the superhero. Peter the superhero getting married. Look at them holding hands. Oh, this is Bob's wife Tasha's interview on MTV. And she says, I can't believe I married him. Or the interviewer asks first, what do you think about Bob? And then she says, I can't believe I married him. Poor Bob. This is their house. The entry, living room or Bob's room, the kitchen, restroom / den, and Tasha's room. And the mailbox says, the don't know. This is me. About the author. Jordan was 10 when he wrote this book and loved to draw. He went to a writing class for the summer and he had an assignment to create a story, so that is how he got the idea for this book. Look at me. I remember specifically not trying to smile for that picture for whatever reason. This is, I'll read this, whatever. So this is the thing we had to fill out to write the story. It's a characterization page. So this is Tasha's characterization. Tasha is her name, date of birth May 27th, 1985. age 23. She's a female. Her address is 51515 Woodruff Drive, New York City. She's a lawyer. Her eyes are purple. Her height is 6'7". She's tall. Weight 130. Complexion tan. Hair brown. Clothing dressing up for parties. Unique features nothing. Personality very nice. Speech normal. Behavior in control. Emotional state when Bob gets her in trouble. Her motivation is she loves to be a lawyer. Talents, she's lovely. Hobbies, working out. Her favorite food is vegetables. Her least favorite food is junk food. Favorite place is California. Least favorite is Indiana. Her favorite book is Nora Roberts books. And her least favorite is Harry Potter. Her favorite pastime is shop. Her least favorite is TV. Her favorite television show is Food Channel. And her least favorite is SpongeBob. Her favorite sport is baseball. Least favorite, bowling. Family description, Bob. Age 23. Relationship to character, bad. Occupation, lazy. Home description, big house. Best friends names, Jenny Elizabeth. Ages 23 and 22. Traits that make this person a friend. Nice, gorgeous. Now for Bob's characterization. Bob's characterization page. So his name is Bob. His date of birth is April 27th, 1985. Age 23. Male or female, he's male. Address 51515 Woodruff Drive, New York City. Occupation, lazy. Eyes, blue. Height, 11'7". I don't think I knew what normal heights were at that time. Anyway, weight, 120 pounds. So he's 11'7" and is only 120 pounds. That's impressive. Complexion, brownish. Hair, brown. Clothing, blue. Unique features, he has a big zit. Personality, weird. Speech, like Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I could see that I was trying to know how to spell it. Behavior, wild. Emotional state, worrying about his hair. Motivation, he likes to be lazy. Talents, watching TV and showing off. Hobbies, TV. His favorite food is spaghetti. His least favorite is spinach. His favorite place is Indiana. His least favorite is California. His favorite book, he doesn't know what books are. Favorite pastime is TV. Least favorite is shopping. Favorite television show, SpongeBob. Least favorite, Food Channel. Favorite, bowling. Least favorite, all the others. So him and Tasha are complete opposites. No wonder they didn't work well together. His family description is Tasha, age 23, relationship to character. He likes her, but she doesn't like him. Occupation, lawyer. Home description, big house. Best friends, none. He has no best friends. And to summarize Bob and his unfinished talents, this is Bob and his TV. Oh, okay. There's that one. This one is a joke book that my friend and I wrote in 5th grade called Farm Jokes. And this one, none of these jokes are good. I hate to be a spoiler alert, but they are all terrible. But, oh well, here we go. Farm Jokes by Jordan Summer and Philip Weldy. Once there was a farm, a funny farm. The animals would laugh and play and tell jokes. Farm Jokes. First category is weird sayings. Weird sayings. 1. What did the mean cow say to the nice cow? Answer, move over. Number 2. What did the mother sheep say to the boy sheep? Answer, don't be a bad boy. 3. What do birds say after they eat a whole bunch of candy? Answer, tweet, sweet, tweet, sweet. That is so lame. Okay, 4. What do roosters say when they like crackers? Answer, crack-a-doodle-doo. 5. What did the farmer say when the cow grew wings? Answer, holy cow. What did the farmer say when his crops died? Answer, oh crop. And just to make sure you're not missing out on the imagery, those are the pictures. And that's the rooster saying cracker-doodle-doo, and that is the upset farmer. The second category, what do you get? 1. What do you get when the tractor runs over a cow? Answer, flat milk. What do you get with a bad hen? Answer, rotten eggs. 3. What do you get when the pig pen catches fire? Answer, burnt bacon. Those are the pictures for that one. 4. What do you get when the farmer dies? Answer, a farm auction. 5. What do you get when a cow wins the lottery? Answer, a lot of moolah. 6. What do you get when a cow eats a lot of grass? Answer, a lot of milk. Which that one, I think as a kid I thought that cows produce milk by eating grass. Anyway, the last category is knock knock. Knock knock, who's there? Cow. Cow who? Knock knock, who's there? Cow. Cow who? Knock knock, who's there? Pig. Pig who? Aren't you glad I didn't say cow? It's so dumb. Okay. 2. Knock knock, who's there? Farmer. Farmer who? Farmer Brown. The end. I didn't say these were gonna be good, but there are 2 more, because I'm not gonna go into middle school stuff, but I'm going to introduce the concept. Oh, where is that? I'm going to introduce the concept of Austin and Alexis. They are 2 characters that feature a lot in some stories coming up. I did write a series of books in middle school, and this is the first time that they appear as characters, and this is a very rough sketch of the first book. It's pretty bad. So, without further ado, Austin and Alexis by Jordan Summer. Oh, this is a bunch of not many pictures with this one. Okay. Austin Oxley and his father, Jeffrey Oxley, were practicing some sword moves at his home in Darnish City. Ding! Dong! The doorbell rang. Austin walked to the door. Hello, he said, confused. Hello, I am Guntiv, the city's messenger. I come for a Mr. Jeffrey Oxley and a Mr. Austin Oxley, said Guntiv. Yes, and what do you need us for? Asked Mr. Oxley. I don't know if you've heard the news, but Princess Alexis Kernhart has been captured. We need you to go and rescue her, said Guntiv. Okay, we'll get going to her castle, said Austin. Come on, Dad, let's go. Wait, wait, Austin shouted to Guntiv, who was just about 3 feet out the door. Hold on, who was Alexis captured by? Austin asked. Well, they say she was captured by some twin that just appeared out of nowhere, replied Guntiv. Oh no, Dad, we have to go, shouted Austin. Hold on. We have to say goodbye to your mother and the little baby in her stomach, said Mr. Oxley. Goodbye, dear, said Austin's mother. You boys take care, and maybe when you guys get home, we might have another member in the Oxley family. Miss Oxley said. I can't wait, honey, said Mr. Oxley. Bye, Mom, said Austin. They walked out the door. I sure hope those boys don't get into any trouble, Miss Oxley thought to herself. I can't believe Alexis got captured, Austin said to his father while they were exiting Darnish City. So how is it going between you two? Mr. Oxley asked Austin. Well, we're still getting married this next weekend, and a lot of people are coming. Yes, you're my best man, Austin replied. Man, I have got to get ready for my speech, said Mr. Oxley. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. A few hours later, Austin and his father were at the big golden star gate in the entrance of Starbright City. Welcome to Starbright City. If you look through the gates, you might be able to see Starbright City's clock tower. If you do anything to this clock tower, you will automatically be sent to Starbright Jail. If you are a Starbright, remember, every other day at noon, it's star time. Thank you, and we hope you have a great time in Starbright City. Starbright Mayor. Mr. Oxley read on the sign. Whoa, Mr. Oxley said. Ah! Help us! Help us! A little Starbright was screaming. What's the matter? Asked Austin. Haven't you heard? The princess has been captured, the little Starbright cried. Of course I have. I'm Austin Oxley, the guy who's going to save her, Austin said. Wow, you're Austin Oxley, the Starbright cried. Yes, go tell all the Starbrights that it's going to be all right, replied Austin. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, bing, bing, bing. The clock tower started ringing. It's star time, a Starbright cried. Everyone outside and get some stardust. All the Starbrights came outside and were waiting for star time to begin. What is happening? Why isn't the stardust flying all over the place? The Starbrights cried. Oh no, I forgot. If Alexis is captured, there is no more star time, Austin said. What is star time? Mr. Oxley asked. Star time is a time when Starbrights come out and play. They do this because Princess Alexis throws out a bunch of stardust and Starbrights get re-energized and get a brighter sparkle. If a Starbright misses 2 star times, they lose their shine and they poof. After the poof, they cannot come back. They're gone. So we need to rescue Alexis by Saturday, or all the Starbrights will die and this whole town will be full of dead stardust. The whole town will be dead, Austin told his father. Please help us, cried a Starbright. Do you have any stardust? No, we don't. Why? Mr. Oxley asked. My family missed the last star time and we're very sick. Please help my family. He started to shrivel up and get less shiny. Please help. Please. Poof. He turned into a pile of dead stardust. Punzi! A Starbright ran to the pile of dead stardust. Oh, Punzi! Oh, Punz! Poof! She also turned into a pile of dead stardust. Austin and Mr. Oxley took... Oh, hold on. Austin and Mr. Oxley looked into the hut that the 2 dead Starbrights ran out of. They saw 2 Starbright children crying and poof! They were gone. Dad, we have to go, said Austin. It started to rain in Starbright City. We haven't seen rain in Starbright City for many, many years. Oh no, rain will hurt us. Starbright started to cry. Mr. Oxley and Austin were heading to the other Mr. Oxley and Austin were heading to the other entrance to Starbright City to go to the bridge to Alexis's castle. Austin and Mr. Oxley got to the big Starbright Bridge that goes right to Alexis's castle. Oh no, the bridge has been destroyed, Austin yelled, and that is the bridge. It is destroyed. Oh, and that's them. Their first appearance. Just looking at the bridge. Listen to this, Austin said. We're sorry for this destruction of the Golden Bridge. If you desperately need to get to Princess Alexis's castle, you still can take the other bridge that is behind her castle. Thank you. I guess we're taking the other bridge, Mr. Oxley said with a little chuckle. Austin and his father got to the bridge. There was a sign, caution. This bridge is very slippery and it's hanging over a big ditch. This bridge is about to snap, so be very careful. Thank you. That is the kind little sign with the star brights smiling at them. Austin started walking across the bridge. He looked over the side and he saw a huge rocky cliff. There were very pointy, sharp-edged rocks. His father followed him slowly. The 50-year-old walked plank to plank. Austin, I'm not sure about this, Mr. Oxley yelled. Dad, it's fine, nothing will happen. Crash! The bridge collapsed. Austin, who was at the end of the bridge, just quickly stuck his sword into the rocky edge. His father, on the other hand, was severely injured. His arm crashed into the edgy rocks, and the other hand was hanging loosely to one of the boards from the bridge. Dad, hold on. Try to climb up the boards, Austin yelled to his injured father. I can't. My arm is smashed. Go on without me. You don't need a 50-year-old guy on your tail, Mr. Oxley cried in agony. I can't, Dad. I need you, Austin cried. Son, I'll always be with you. You don't need me. Tell your mother I love her. Now, go save your princess. The wooden plank broke and Mr. Oxley fell into the deep ditch. Dad, no, Austin cried. He's gone. Man, what will my mom say? My father, my teacher, and my friend, gone, Austin thought to himself. Austin climbed the rocky cliff, and then he stood up on the dark green grass for about 5 minutes, thinking about all the times him and his father spent together. He walked to the gates that stood in front of Princess Alexis's castle. Excuse me, where do you think you're going? A little Starbright said while halting Austin. I'm Austin Oxley. I'm here to rescue Princess Alexis, Austin replied. Oh yes, you may enter, Mr. Oxley, the Starbright said while walking over to the gate and unlocking it. Austin walked through the gates. Have a good day, Mr. Oxley, the Starbright said. Austin walked to the kingdom that was in front of the enormous castle of Princess Alexis. Excuse me? Said a woman in a purple cloak. Yes, Austin replied. My name is Sarah. I'm wondering how I can get into Princess Alexis's castle, the woman said. Oh, you just go through the front doors, Austin said. I can't. The doors are locked. I'm her sister. I haven't seen her for about 10 years. I need to get in there and see if she is all right, Sarah cried. Okay, go back to where you are staying, hotel or whatever, and wait until Alexis and I come to your hotel and tell you what's happening. Austin said, Wait, why would Alexis come with you? What do you have to do with my sister? Sarah said with a puzzling look. I'm actually her fiancé, Austin said. Oh, well, that explains a lot. I'll go back to my hotel, Starbright Grand, and wait for you to Goodbye, Mr. Oxley, said Sarah. Austin walked through the beautiful kingdom that surrounded Alexis's great castle. He walked up to the big white doors, each with a golden star painted in the middle. He tried opening them, but they wouldn't budge. I know what to do. I can use my magic sword to fly up to Alexis's window, Austin said to himself while pulling out his sword. He flew up to her window and opened it. Alexis! Austin shouted and ran over to her. Austin! Alexis shouted, and they kissed. Oh, Alexis, I'm so glad you're okay, Austin cried. But, Austin, I'm not, Alexis said slowly. What's the matter? Austin asked her. My kingdom is in trouble, my Starbrights are in trouble, the 4 major cities that surround my castle are in trouble. Something is happening to me that will destroy everything, so horrible that all the Starbrights and people around us will suffer. We must stop it before the unthinkable happens. Okay. Alexis said, What's the unthinkable? What's the unthinkable? Austin asked. Death! Alexis cried. Oh, sorry, this is serious. Oh, that. Austin held Alexis' hand. Hold on. Austin held Alexis and they got up and walked downstairs. Ow! Alexis blurted out while they were walking down the stairs. Are you all right, Alexis? Austin asked. I don't think so. She fell against the stairs and passed out. Alexis! Alexis! Austin shouted. Something started bulging out of her stomach. What the hell is happening? Alexis! Austin shouted. The thing that came out of Alexis appeared to be a human that looked exactly like Alexis except she had black hair. Who are you? Austin asked the woman standing in front of him. I am your worst nightmare. Just kidding. I'm actually little old Alexis's evil twin, said the woman. Austin walked over to Alexis and was about to pick her up when, Stop! Don't touch her! Alexis's twin shouted. And that is where this story ends, which I feel like this deserves a continuation because, one, what happened to Alexis other than her evil twin bulged out of her stomach? 2, Austin's dad died like a week before before Alexis and Austin were gonna get married. And something is happening in Starbright City. So, like I said before I read this is the first time that Austin and Alexis appear. I wrote like 4 books about them that we'll read when we get onto middle school material. But here's this little gem called Mrs. McDowell, and look at her. She is a queen, and I remember this one is pretty wild. Like, when I've read it before, I'm like, oh my god, so much happens to Mrs. McDowell in her life before she even becomes Mrs. McDowell. So, here we go. I am also trying to figure out a way that I can have kind of like this. Whatever, I'll show you the pictures as I read it. Meep. Okay. On January 9th, 1875, Mr. and Mrs. Carnell gave birth to a wonderful little girl named Audrey. Mr. and Mrs. Carnell were very rich, so they gave Audrey everything she could possibly want. Audrey Carnell grew up in a humongous mansion. When she was 7 years old, Audrey and her parents went to get their pictures taken. But looking very sketched out. She's like, wait. And why did they wait until she was 7 years old to get their pictures taken? Anyway. Okay, at the time, Audrey did not like being a rich child. She did not like all the attention her parents and the people in the city gave her. After they had gotten their pictures taken, they had gone to a very fancy restaurant. After that, they went home and Audrey went to bed. That's their first adventure as a family. Mr. and Mrs. Carnell went to a very big party. On their way back on their carriage, the horse got scared of something and ran right into a forest. Audrey's parents had died. And that is the tragic death of Mr. and Mrs. Carnell. I don't know what she's doing with her leg, but she died. All right. When Audrey was informed about this accident, she cried. A few days later, she went to the funeral with her uncle. After the funeral, she ran away into the forest that her parents died in. That is her at the funeral, looking at her parents' caskets. It's a very dramatic picture. Audrey ran and ran until she found her parents' carriage. Her parents were still lying there, so she went and cuddled with them. She lied for a while and kissed both of them. Wow, she is laying in the forest with her dead parents. Wow, okay. And I don't know what it is, but like it seems like all of my lady characters always end up losing a shoe, and they are all wearing the same type of high heel shoe. 7 years passed, and Audrey left the forest. She walked out into the street, and a car hit her. 3 nuns on the sidewalk ran to the hospital and told the doctors about Audrey. Of course, the nuns did not know that little Miss Audrey Carnell got hit by that car. All the police and doctors ran out to the road and saw the little girl. "Wait a minute," said a police officer. "That's no little girl. That's Audrey Carnell." Audrey opened her eyes quickly to the sound of her name. That is her after her 7 years of living in the forest. So she's like 14 now. Okay. Audrey got out of the hospital the next week with a temporary cast on her arm. She was sent to an orphanage, but the orphanage didn't want her because they thought she was handicapped. Oh no, that's sad. The police tried every orphanage they could find, but none wanted her. "She can stay with me." Audrey looked up and saw a very fat and tall man who she hardly remembered. "By the way, I'm her uncle," said the man. The police said, "Okay," and Audrey's uncle grabbed her by the arm and pulled her into his car. I don't know if I trust that man. He's got a very curious looking mustache and looks like he's got a pipe. Audrey was forced to do work in rags and paid little amounts of money, even though her uncle was filthy, stinking rich. And that is her slaving away. Her uncle's making her do chores. While Audrey worked, her uncle would give his 3 daughters diamonds, pearls, rubies, sapphires, and anything they wanted. So she's got 3 stepsisters / cousins because that's her uncle. And she is like caressing his arm like, "Daddy, give me diamonds, pearls, rubies, sapphires, and anything I want." Oh. Audrey's uncle's oldest daughter had to get ready for a ball. "Dress me now, you little reject. Get up now or I'll kick you again," the oldest one shouted. She is not nice. You know," said Audrey. "Know what?" asked Allison, the oldest. "This dress makes your butt look really big," said Audrey. "You just said the wrong thing, Miss Audrey Cornbell." Allison started kicking Audrey and smacking her with the umbrella. "Goodbye, Cornbell," shouted Allison. Oh my god, what? She is not nice. "Goodbye, Daddy. I love you. Tell Audrey to get up off the floor and start working." Allison walked out the door. "Audrey, get up!" Audrey's uncle ran into the dressing room. She was not there. He looked around and found a note. It read, "Dear Uncle Harry, tell your daughters they're brats. Goodbye, Audrey Carnell." So that is the uncle who's not very happy. And then there's a letter from Audrey. Good for her. Audrey got on a train to New York. She changed her name to Cynthia Crowell. She also dyed her hair blonde temporarily. She did not know she was famous around the world. That's her getting on a train, and look at that conductor. He is on something, and she is like, yep, I'm a blonde now. When Audrey changed her name back and dyed her hair back, she was 25. She was riding in a taxicab on a new bridge when the taxi swerved over the edge, and Audrey opened the door, jumped out, and held on to the broken railing. A stretch limo pulled up in front of her, and a man ran out and pulled Audrey to safety. Wow. That wasn't expected. There's the taxi falling off the bridge, and she's hanging there. "Thank you so much. You saved me," said Audrey to the man. And that is where that story ends. So she technically, I'm pretty sure the guy who saves her is Mr. McDowell, and that's how she becomes Mrs. McDowell. But the world will never know. Maybe one day we'll get a part 2 of Mrs. McDowell. Depending on what time it is. Okay, that's almost an hour. I was gonna try to get all of that read in an hour. And that is essentially part 1 of all the things I'm going to be reading. Next time is going to be my notebook from 7th grade. And 7th grade is around the time that I started really taking writing seriously, and I wrote 4 books that I had edited by my language arts teacher. And I'm going to read all those probably separately from reading this, because there's a lot of short stories in this one. That's going to take a while to read through. And then the books, I will read each of those separately, like individually, because they're, I think, 17 chapters each. So it's going to be a long little series. The annoying thing about that book series is that it is unfinished because there were planned to be 6 books, but I stopped writing after the 4th one. So if I feel compelled to one day keep writing that book series, I would rewrite the first 4 with a bit more better writing. But thank you for joining me reading my very first writings from 1999 up until about, I guess that was 2006-ish. The budding writer that will eventually lead to a lot more writings from middle school, then high school, into college, and recent writings. This is gonna take a while, but like I said, I'm gonna try to do live once a week or so and record myself reading all my writings. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great weekend.